My friends, I hope you guys are doing well. I wanted to come on and do a love reading today. So we're going to do a you and them. And I'm going to start with this deck to see what's going on between you and your person. And then we're going to do a you and them with a few different decks that I picked out. So I am seeing a few cards here. We have runner and we have needs time. So you could be dealing with someone who is like has a fear of commitment or a fear of intimacy and needs more time, so they could still be on the run, I'm hearing. And then we have keep a positive mindset. So maybe you are trying to keep a positive mindset about this person who is on the run. So we're going to start with this deck. Let's get into it. We have, right on the bottom, we have Cupid's arrow, have faith, love is coming. So you could be trying to have faith that this is coming, that your runner will stop running, I'm hearing. But like I said, the fact that I was seeing the runner and needs time, it feels like whoever you're dealing with might not be ready to come forward. And actually, I was going to do a reading about what's keeping this person from coming forward. So that's kind of making sense to me now. So let's have a look at what's keeping this runner on the run. So let's have a look here. What do we need to know about your situation? The first card out, we have Twin Flames. So I might need to grab another deck. Somebody asked me why when I do these readings, why it keeps cutting off. It's because the way I record them, it only records 10 minutes at a time. So once I hit 10 minutes, it cuts me off. But yeah, the first card out, we have Twin Flame. So, and we have soulmate, soul connection. Oh my goodness. So definitely confirmation that you're dealing with a soul connection. Those don't always make logical sense or go by our ego's timing. And like I was saying, I was going to do a reading, and I think that that's what this reading is, about what's keeping your person from reaching out. And the fact that I saw that runner and needs time, it feels like this person might not be ready to come towards you, but you're trying to keep a positive mindset. So twin flame, yin and yang balance, union and duality, complement, opposites, soulmate, soul connection, partnership, soul contract, life partner. And that's the thing that I try to explain to people is it doesn't matter how much you will it to happen. There's like small print in your soul contract that you can't see, things that need to happen before you can come back together. That's why I talk so much about working on your own healing and working on coming into union with yourself. So you definitely are dealing with a soulmate twin flame connection here. So yeah, maybe once this video times itself out, I'm going to grab a different deck. So what's surrounding you and this person right now? Because like I said, I was hearing what is keeping them from reaching out. We have ship, so there's things that this person or you need to release. We have cutting ties, moving on, receiving what you need, progression, and arriving. So it feels like something is keeping this person stuck. Could be something they need to release, could be an unhealthy pattern, could be an addiction. I'm not seeing anything about third party yet. And we have blowing kiss, unconditional love, giving and receiving, fairness and love, affection returned. So it could be that, you need to work on unconditionally loving yourself. You could have tried to release this person and moved on with that ship card, but you could still feel an unconditional love towards this person. And I always say, because people like to twist my words a little sometimes, unconditional love does not mean putting up with bad behavior. So even though you unconditionally love this person, if there was something that wasn't aligning with you, or this person was mistreating you, perhaps you had to release them. Like I said, I'm getting the energy that even though you tried to release this person, you still love them. There could have also been, with this blowing kiss, fairness and like reciprocity. Maybe there wasn't equal give and take. Maybe there wasn't reciprocity between you. You could have been giving more. They could have been running. So let's get a few more. What do you need to know? Yeah, we have healing heart. So clearly there were things that needed to heal within this connection. And I did say unhealthy patterns, and this healing heart does talk about like toxicity or addiction. So that could be what's keeping this person from reaching out, is that they still have toxicity, negative patterns, addictions, attachments that they need to release and heal before they can come back towards you. And you know, it looks to me like right now you're meant to be working on unconditional love and healing yourself, which is what the twin flame journey is about. So many people think that union is the be all and end all, but union is actually just icing on the cake. It's really about you. The twin flame journey is about you and what you learn from it. It's about healing the things that are reflected back to you, the way this person triggers you. They're meant to trigger unhealed parts of you so that you can finally heal them once and for all. The real point of this journey is to come into union with yourself, to find your mission. So I find a lot of people just, and I understand it. I understand it because I used to be there, but they fixate on union thinking that that's the be all and end all, but really it's about the journey to your higher self. Oh dear. Let's get two more. But like I said, I kept hearing what is keeping this person from reaching out. So yeah, there's things that this person does need to, there's patterns that this person needs to release. You could have had to, like I said, release this person or go into separation in order to stop a pattern that you kept repeating with this person. We have the butterfly. So evolving and growth, next phase, healing inner child. So Spirit's kind of confirming everything I just said, that this journey is about you evolving and growing and blossoming into this butterfly, healing your inner child, releasing wounds and trauma from the past that have kept you stuck. And again, I keep, Phoenix, yes! This is beautiful. So new phase and rekindle, renew and growth, changed mind, rise from the ashes. And I love when the butterfly and the phoenix come out together. So you could be phoenixing right now, your person evolving as the butterfly. But like I said, it feels like there's a reason you haven't been able to let this connection go. You're not delusional. You're not desperate. You're not pathetic. You're not the things that society will tell you that you are. Why don't you just move on? Why don't you just forget about them? There's a reason you haven't been able to release them. There's a reason you feel unconditional love towards them, even if they did hurt you, even if you've tried to release them. It's because you have a very powerful soul contract here. The fact that you had these two cards come out first, that's a powerful soul contract. And muggles do not understand this, okay? But like I said, I'm repeating myself. The main thing I was hearing is what is keeping this person from coming towards you. And I can see it right in front of me, that there needs to be healing. There needs to be healing the inner child. There needs to be some phoenix energy. And if you're already working on all of these, you're already doing your part. And it's not that you're not doing enough. It's not that you're not good enough. Anyway, I love that these came out for you because that shows that there is growth here, even if you can't see it. Even if you're not talking to this person. Keep that positive mindset. All right, so now we're going to get into this you and them, but I'm going to go grab a different deck because I feel like I need a twin flame deck now. All right, just one second. So as I was grabbing those decks and I sat down, a card came flying off the top of one of the decks, and I'm going to talk about it. We have Dark Night of the Soul. So it feels like, again, what's keeping this person from reaching out? They need to go through a dark night of the soul. Enhanced awareness of identity, an extremely difficult and painful period, personal and deep development of oneself. So we'll see if that comes out later, but I wanted to mention it. It feels like your person, what could be keeping them from reaching out is the fact that they are going through a dark night of the soul, or that they have to. All right, so let's get animal cards first. This was flipped over, the starfish. So, just a little bit of advice, and I hate to sound like a broken record, but if you are someone who's wanting union and wondering why it's not coming in, and you haven't reconnected to your dreams, the starfish, you haven't reconnected to your dreams, it's time to reconnect to your dreams and your mission, is what I'm hearing. It's an important part of the twin flame journey, is connecting to your mission. Every day I make new improvements in my life. That's your affirmation. Every day I make new improvements in my life. All right, so I'm going to start with, let's start with you. We have the eagle. And listen, I'm going to get a little nerdy here for a minute because I like watching, you know what I love? I love Planet Earth and programs like that. But recently, I think it came out it might have been a zodiac reading. I can't remember. But I'm just going to get a little nerdy for a minute about eagles. One of my friends sent me a clip about eagles and about how their beaks and their claws only last for so long. And then they hit a threshold where they can either give up and die, or they can go through this painful transformation, which I think 150 days or 170 days, this transformation is, where they have to destroy their beak, destroy and remove their claws, and pull out all their feathers so that they can be reborn. Anyway, so I feel like that's symbolic here. And then we have the hawk. So air energy could be symbolic. This is a messenger of divinity. This is the wind. The winds are shifting. So this eagle talks about throwing yourself in the fire for the sake of your own transformation. So I feel like, what's keeping your person from reaching out? They need to throw themselves in that fire and have that phoenix moment. It's possible that they're already doing this. I haven't looked at their energy, so that the winds will shift here with the hawk. Anyway. All right, so let's get your energy first. Show me the viewer's energy. Show me the viewer's energy. We have the lamb. So we also have the fire ant on the bottom. So other people's opinions, there's a reason I said that about, I was like, muggles don't understand and it doesn't make logical sense. There could be unresolved. There could be other people's opinions affecting you right now, questioning how you feel about this journey. You could be wondering if you're delusional. One thing I will say is when you spend a lot of time scrolling on social media, there's a lot of opinions out there. And I'm not talking about opinions about the twin flame journey, but there's a lot of black and white thinking out there that people just mass produce about it should be this way, it should be this way. If they wanted to, they would. And it can really mess with your head. So it's also opinions of friends who don't understand this journey. So it's possible that other people are getting in your head right now. The fire ant also talks about stewing about an unresolved situation from the past. So you could still be holding on to some resentment or anger about something that happened between you and this person in the past. You don't have to be. Why is my book out of reach? Hang on. All right, so this is actually really good. You could be reflecting right now. The lamb always gives me Four of Swords energy. Probably because in the Wild Unknown Tarot, this lamb is actually on the Four of Swords and its third eye is being enlightened. But you could be in Four of Swords energy right now. This is Earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is actually a good energy because it talks about patience. So, but with the fire ant, your patience could be being triggered right now, or you could be thinking about how long it's taking. There's a reason I wanted to do a reading about what's keeping this person from reaching out. It does talk about peaceful, patient, the lamb, but it's definitely an energy of quiet. So I feel like you're not talking to this person. It says inner peace. So you could be focusing on your inner peace right now. To bring into balance meditation and listening to your intuition. And when you consume too much social media, which I have been doing lately, I fell off the Instagram wagon. Oh my goodness. But when you consume too much social media, it can actually, what's the word I'm looking for? It can dull your intuition. So it can make your mind go like, woo, and you can't hear your intuition anymore. So if you're feeling out of balance, this card calls for meditation and listening to your inner voice and your intuition. And this talks about a deep level of quiet. So that's what I mean. You could be very withdrawn right now or spending a lot of time in Four of Swords energy, not talking to this person. So I'm just going to read it to you. The lamb is the bearer of an important message. Its contents can only be heard when a deep level of quiet has been established. Lamb energy is the honest guidance you hear from an old friend, a young child, or sometimes a surprising stranger. Though the lamb's message may channel through another person, the wisdom resonates within you. It will repeat and reverberate until you listen. Approach this gentle creature with the utmost patience and reverence. Truth is a gift. Sit still, listen, and receive. So you could be trying to figure out the truth of this situation, but you've got like other people's opinions firing at you from all directions. Like I said, social media, your friends, your family, your ego. So meditation, quiet, maybe a little break from social media. I actually saw somebody post about auras and about how when they took a break from social media, their aura actually improved. So something to think about. I'm going to get one more for you. One more for you. Yes! Yes! The swan, yes. So you have the swan, which is such a twin flame type of card. It's such a soulmate card, twin flame card. But this is also about quiet reflection and to not take this quiet reflection for granted, this solo time for granted. And again, social media will tell you if they wanted to, they would. If they're not talking to you, it's over. I just watched, I don't know why I'm telling you this. I just watched that thing in Sex and the City where that he's just not that into you. Anyway, the swan. So lots of reflection. Again, possibly reflecting on what this person mirrored back to you. I'm going to read this one to you too. Water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Where is it? Effortless creativity, sensitive, mystic, elegant power. So you really are sitting in stillness right now, and sometimes we overthink that. Just because it's still and there's no movement and nothing is happening doesn't mean there isn't something happening energetically, okay? So infinite creative power. To bring into balance solo time and writing, so maybe start journaling about this. Journal about your feelings, get it out of you. The swan represents heightened creativity. In Hindu mythology, the goddess Saraswati, the embodiment of language, creativity, and artistry, rides on the back of this graceful creature. The swan is ready to take us there, to the fluid realm of writing, creating, and reflecting. This potent and healing energy is not to be taken for granted or taken lightly. So just because it's quiet for you right now doesn't mean it's a bad thing. When the swan card appears, your soul is calling for attention, for solo time. An inner voice is waiting to be heard. So both of these cards talk about needing to listen to your inner voice and your intuition and not the opinions of others or your ego. An inner vision likely to be revealed. So this could even be an inner vision about your mission or your soul purpose. I love it. Love it. Lamb, Swanee, love it. So usually I split this up and I do all you and then I do all them. But I'm going to do this more like I do my over the head ones, also because I have an appointment that I need to get to. So I'm just going to keep going, but I'm going to get cards for your person. So we're going to see what energy your person is in. Listen, I need to talk about this. I wasn't going to talk about it, but I have to talk about it. So while I was flipping through the book to look for the swan, I don't know if you saw, but I actually stopped on a page just to look, and it was this. So this does talk about yearning. So you could be yearning for this person right now, yearning for communication, yearning for them to reach out. One thing I will say is if this person isn't ready to reach out and they need more time to heal, hearing from them will give you instant gratification, but that's about it. As someone who's been there and yearned for that communication and had it come prematurely, or I chased it, it wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it because it didn't lead to anything. It just led to another cycle, repeating the cycle. But this also says like lacking direction. So right now, you could be needing to reflect on some of your own boundaries or needing to find your own direction in life because it can't all be about this person or about union. I just wanted to mention it. So let's see your person's energy. Show me their person's energy. All right, so we have the dolphin. Interesting. That was actually in reverse. And we have the buffalo. The dolphin in reverse and the buffalo. The buffalo is a card I don't get a lot. The buffalo reminds me of Hierophant energy, so Taurus energy. It is an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So it feels like this person could be trying to ground themselves right now. The dolphin in reverse. Let's start with the buffalo. Grounded, practical yet spiritual. The hooves of the mighty buffalo are grounded in the earth, yet its heart and mind rise towards the heaven. The buffalo sees challenge, hardship, or a bump in the road as an opportunity for upliftment. That's a good sign. Therefore, the buffalo does not fear death, illness, or misfortune. Its gentle eyes look to the road ahead, trusting every turn. So it almost feels like your person is trusting the journey right now, and they're very grounded. Elusive yet life-changing energy. Elusive yet life-changing energy. So they could be being very elusive with you right now. Very grounded in their energy, focusing on the 3D. Yet also experiencing like a spiritual awakening or guidance from messenger of divinity, the hawk. This person realizing that life is a precious gift. So maybe something happened to them recently where they're realizing life is more than just work. Because, this one talks about being grounded in the 3D. So maybe this person has been grounded in the 3D for a very long time, feeling like, work is the most important thing or finances is the most important thing. Interesting. The dolphin, water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. In reverse. Underestimates own power. So your person right now is underestimating their own power. And the dolphin in reverse, your person could be it's such an interesting combination to me, the buffalo and the dolphin, because it feels like your person is very grounded in the 3D, Yet the Buffalo card talks about the heavens are calling for you. Spirit is calling for you. The Dolphin card talks about like seeing the light and strong spiritual practice, but it's in reverse. So it feels like your person very grounded in the 3D right now. And maybe they're not. I'm actually surprised the Firefly didn't come out, because that's kind of the energy this is giving me. Like, it's like Spirit's trying to get this person to wake up, but they're like missing the signs, or they're so grounded and focused on the 3D that they could be missing this right now. And you know, the Dolphin in the upright is about, to me, it talks about happiness. And with it being in the reverse, I feel like your person could be struggling with happiness right now, or struggling with understanding what's happening to them, especially if they're going through a dark night of the soul. They could have a hard time understanding what's happening to them right now. I'm just going to get one more for them. It's almost like a little bit of conflicting energy to me, like your person is conflicted. That's what I'm feeling. Like they're going back and forth. One more for their person. One more. So we have the Fox. So your person, this is Earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I feel like this person is starting to wake up to their true identity, because the Fox card, the shadow attributes of the Fox card, talks about being unsure of their own identity, being a little elusive. It is in the upright, so I feel like your person is starting to realize what's important in life. I feel like your person could be even realizing the importance of monogamy and commitment with the Fox card. They could also be reflecting on, you know, this book doesn't talk about it, but in most decks, the Fox represents deceit or elusive behavior, or like Seven of Swords energy. So I feel like your person could be starting to see how that behavior has kept them stuck in their life. I want to see how they're feeling about you. How are they feeling about you? Interesting. And we have the Hawk for how they're feeling about you. So, messenger of divinity, that's you. You could be like, they could see you as a messenger of divinity or someone who helped them awaken. But this is a change. This is a shift. The other thing with this one, with the crocodile, I feel like this person could be watching you. This person is not taking, listen, again, the whole point, the whole thing I was hearing before I started this reading is, why aren't they reaching out? And this card talks about not taking action. So this person feels like they can't take action towards you until they've changed, until they've healed, until they've overcome some of these obstacles and overcome some of this elusive behavior I'm hearing. The crocodile talks about their next move. They want it to come from a place of power, not a place of, I'm hearing, reaction. And then we have the dragon right underneath that. So you could be very spiritual. I'm just going to look at the dragon because I think that talks about ego. So this person, you know, they could still be working on their ego before Spirit's going to let them seeing one's true self, the dragon. So listen, for how this person feels about you, I feel like you saw their true self, and possibly you even said to them, I see the real you, or I can see through your trauma, or maybe you tried to enlighten them about their own ego. But it feels like this person, you know, is waiting to come towards you until they are in that higher version of themselves, or until they do this healing. This is about looking in the mirror. So again, your person feels like you are someone who can look at yourself in the mirror, or you've done a lot of reflecting. And I feel like they think that, you know, before they reach out to you, they have changes they need to make, and some of their ego. some of their ego needs to dissolve before they come in towards you. I'm also, every time I get that crocodile card, I hear the song We Could Have Had It All by Adele. Crocodile. So this person does see you as like being withdrawn right now, or you're focusing on yourself. But your person feels like now is not the time for action towards you. It's time to wait. They feel like they need to intentionally withdraw, gather their awareness, build up their energy, so that their next move towards you comes from a place of wisdom and power. Interesting. All right. So, let's get this deck to see what's going on with each of you. We have Awakening. All right. So I feel like I make progress every day. Look at your affirmations coming through. So on the bottom of the deck, we have signs. So you could be seeing a lot of signs and synchronicities right now. This is, I take this for both of you. If you're seeing signs about them, they're seeing signs about you. 1111. Signs being guided to you. So the universe is doing its thing. When it comes to this connection, like the divine, the universe, the hawk, messenger of divinity, the universe is doing its thing, sending this person, signs and synchronicities about you. So they're not forgetting about you, that's for sure. And you could be experiencing something very similar. So let's see your energy first. Your energy. Show me. We have mirroring. So please know that whatever you're doing, and I can see it in those animal cards, the reflecting that you're doing, the healing that you're doing, it's being reflected in your person's energy. So right now, you and this person are mirroring each other. So just know that if, they pop in, like if you're seeing signs and synchronicities, mirroring, they're seeing signs and synchronicities. If you're dreaming about them, they're dreaming about you. If you're going along, like if you're working on grounding yourself, they're working on grounding themselves. That's the powerful thing about these soul connections that muggles don't understand. We have changes, evolving to make things better. You, the butterfly. So you are making changes in your life. You are evolving. And then we have decisions. What's next? This is you. So you could be, at a point where maybe you're thinking, like I said, with that fire ant, you could be struggling with other people's opinions, where maybe you're wondering, is it time to give up this journey? Remember, you're not, oh geez. Things in your head, like other people's opinions. My dog's barking. Hang on. All right, so I may trigger some people by saying this, but I can only say it because I've been there. I see a lot of people say it, like, I'm sick of this journey, I'm giving up on this journey. But just remember, when you're think about it like that mirroring, the fact that you're connected to this person energetically. Don't think of it as, I'm done with this journey, I'm giving up on this person, because in a way you're saying this journey is about you. So you'd be giving up on the journey. You'd be giving up on yourself. But anyway, you could be at, trying to make a decision about what you want in the future. There's also no reason that you can't release this person with love and light and move forward and still focus on you and your own healing. There could also be some sort of decision about, something happening in your physical world, having to do with your job versus your mission, living situations, deciding what's next. So it feels like you are in that, that Four of Swords energy, trying to listen to your intuition to figure out what is next for you. If it's like, if this person isn't reaching out to you, what's next for you? You're what's next for you. We have signs on the bottom again. So clearly you're seeing signs and synchronicities of this person. And you know, I've had that happen. I've had that happen firsthand where, you know, you're like, oh, I don't know if this journey is for me. I'm just going to forget. And then all of a sudden, messenger of divinity, the hawk, you're seeing like, it's almost like spirits like bang, 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 bang with all these signs and synchronicities. All right, I'm going to get you one more. One more. Walking away for now. That's why I was hearing that about walking away and releasing resistance. See, this is a good place to be. That's why I said you can release it. You can release this person with love and light and release it to the universe and say, if we're meant to come into union, we'll come into union. I'm going to focus on me. I'm not going to give up on myself. So this is you walking away for now. So right now you are focusing on yourself. It does say ... for now. So I think for a lot of you, you're just releasing resistance. This says releasing resistance, surrendering to the flow of the universe, not your ego's timing. All right. Yeah, we have reunited coming back together on the bottom. So it does feel like whoever you are, you believe that, you know, if it's meant to be, it'll be, you'll come back together, but you're not going to, you know, it just feels like you're focusing on yourself right now. So I'm actually gonna stick these, I do want to stick these back in and shuffle it for your person. Well, that's a good sign. I just saw healing inner child wounds when I said I was going to do your person. Ooh, coming clean. I still love you. Interesting. So it does feel like this person is starting to be honest with themselves about their feelings here. Reunited, coming together. All right, so let's see what's going on for your person. Decisions. Oh my gosh. The mirroring. The mirroring is real here. All right. So let's see what's going on for your person. Show me their person. Show me their person. Dark night of the soul. That's magical. And remember the dragon releasing their ego. So this person feels like this is not a time to come towards you and take action because they're still releasing their ego. They're still going through something here. And again, if this person doesn't feel like they have their life together, I feel like the last thing they would want to do is bring you beautiful divine being, into their mess, is what I'm hearing. So dark night of the soul, releasing their ego. That's good. The runner. The runner came out. We have all tied up and the runner. So listen, I told you in the beginning, I saw the runner and I saw needs time. So this person, the reason they're not reaching out to you, the reason they haven't come forward is because running from an intense connection and all tied up. So this runner energy, they still have it. They still have it within them, but they're starting to release it. They're starting to go through this dark night of the soul. And again, do you want, just think about it. Do you want the instant gratification of hearing from this person who's still in runner energy, who's going to be like, oh, hi. Okay, bye. No. Or would you rather them release that and come towards you not in runner energy, right? With staying power, with consistency, in emperor energy. So right now your person is, they feel like their hands are tied. There's things they need to release before they come towards you. They are going through a dark night of the soul. I love that that came out. And then we have awareness, sensing your energy, heightened awareness, the buffalo. So they are sensing your energy. They do feel your energy. Again, I believe this person is seeing signs and synchronicities about you, my friend. They could feel your energy. They could be having dreams about you, waking up, feeling your energy. Maybe sometimes they hear you speaking to them. And the last card, bad timing. So there's still, it says divine timing is at work. So right now is not the right time. And that's exactly what I've been talking about. Do you want them to reach out at the wrong time and repeat a cycle, just to get your hopes up to run again? So divine timing is at work in their energy right now. And like I said, I believe the universe is helping them along with signs and synchronicities. They're feeling your energy. They're going through a dark night of the soul. But it's not the right time, not right now. And that doesn't mean never. That doesn't mean never. All right. I just want to see how this person is feeling about you with one other deck. How is this person feeling about you? How is this person feeling about my friend? Obsession. Interesting. Infatuation, adoration, addiction. A little bit obsessed with you. Interesting. That means they're obsessively thinking about you. They could be watching you. Let's see how they're feeling about you. How are they feeling about you? Oh, beauty came out. That's the Empress card. All right, let's see what else. Oh my goodness. Hang on, I'm going to show them all to you. One more. Heart fog. All right, so we have mixed signals, blocked emotions, knowing they messed up. And that's what I was talking about, kind of that conflicting energy with the buffalo and the dolphin in reverse. We have thinking about you, missing you, craving, desiring you. We have beauty, charming, graceful, kind-hearted. That gives me Empress energy. So they feel this Empress energy towards you. We do have shallow, hollow, empty boredom. So they're feeling hollow without you. It feels like there's something missing in their life. This is reminding me of the world in reverse. Like feeling like they took you for granted, feeling like there's something missing in their world ever since they met you. There's like a void. And we have second chance. Reconciliation, making amends. So this person does have like a second chance or reconciliation on their mind. But like I said, right now, they're still kind of running from this connection. They don't feel like it's the right time. Let's just get three more. Three more. Ooh, they could be going through some karma. Yeah, we have foundation. So this person, feels like they need a stronger foundation before they come towards you. You could also be someone with a strong foundation. We have karma. So your person could be, it says consequences. So they could be going through some sort of karma for however they treated you. And we have past life. So this person feels a past life connection with you. Deja vu, they feel like they've met you before. They feel like there's a soul's familiarity there. I don't know. Spirit's saying two more. Two more. 1, 2. Yeah, we have conflict and wanting to try again, wanting to take a new direction, wanting to start over, wanting a new beginning, and conflict. So they're conflicted about this new beginning. Clearly, this person doesn't feel like they're ready for this new beginning. And again, it makes me, and I'm not trying to call anybody out, but it makes me so sad when people are like, I've been waiting this long, I'm done waiting. Even the readings where I'm like, it'll be like 2 or 3 months before you hear from this person. They're like, that's too long. I'm done with them. That's not that long. 2 to 3 months is not that long. But anyway, I actually just want to get a few more cards for your person from a different deck. I didn't think this was going to be a long reading, but clearly I was not correct. You know what did it? It was when that twin flame card came out. It was, we have healing inner child. That's good. So you know what? I'm just going to read this Dark Night of the Soul. I'm fighting my demons and re-examining my actions. It is life-altering and also extremely painful. At times I fight against the changes, but I know it must happen for me to evolve. That card came out for a reason. All right, so let's see what your person is. That just fell off, chaos. So their world is chaos right now. All right, let's cut the deck. Fear and communication. So they're afraid to reach out. That shows that they have runner energy still. They're still dealing with that runner energy. And again, I would rather not hear from a person who's running than hear from them and have them run again. So this person, we also have names. So it feels like your person is seeing your name everywhere. That's, that's an insane, it's not insane, but do you guys have that happen? It's crazy to me. All right. So clearly this person fears that there's too much chaos in their world right now to reach out to you, or they could fear reaching out to you because, they fear rejection, or they fear that they're not ready. But clearly they're still dealing with a bit of fear here. All right, let's see what's going on with your person. What's going on with your person? So I do feel like this person's got union or that reconciliation on the mind. I've seen that a few times for them. Sign. Two decks that came out. Three decks if you count the first one. So they're still in a bit of runner energy. We have constant burn. Constant burn, sensing your energy, but still running. Do you see how it matches up with that other deck? Oh my gosh. Dark Night of the Soul. 3 Dark Night of the Soul cards. 3 runner cards. And on this Dark Night of the Soul card, it's the number 3. So 3s could be symbolic. But clearly your person is going through a Dark Night of the Soul. It's being confirmed here a few times. So we have, just to recap here, we have fear, we have chaos, we have runner, constant burn, and Dark Night of the Soul. So they're definitely going through a Dark Night of the Soul. And look, we have the 1. So this person feels like you are the one, but they're still running from their feelings until they're finished this Dark Night of the Soul, right? All right. 2 more. I'll get 2 more. Union on the bottom. All right. 2 more for your person. 2 more. Cycles, time and space. So listen. We have cycles. So there's still cycles and patterns that they need to release so that you don't get trapped in another cycle of them like popping back up and then running again. And then we have divinely protected and time and space. And this is the thing that your ego mind doesn't understand and muggles don't understand, is that if this person still needs more time and space, the fact that they aren't reaching out to you is actually you're being divinely protected so that you don't get sucked back into that cycle. You don't get back on that merry-go-round. This person doesn't interrupt your healing and your phoenixing and your butterfly moment. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So right now you're being divinely guided because this person does need more time and space. Hopefully that makes sense. All right. I think it's time for tarot. I think it's time. All right, I just went and switched the tarot deck that I chose because I felt like using a different one. So I kind of want to just focus on your person with the tarot, if I'm being honest. Maybe I'll just get a few cards for you about what you can focus on right now. So what can you focus on right now? What can you focus on right now? What can the viewer focus on right now? What can you focus on right now? So we have death in reverse. So what can you focus on right now? Internal change. So focus on changing internally. Also, it says clear and purge. So clear and purge, like if you're feeling resentment over a past situation, or you're feeling affected by social media or other people's opinions, clear and purge that. But I also feel called to say to do that in your external world as well. So if there's something you've been putting off getting rid of, or maybe you need to clean out your closet. Anyway, cleaning out your internal closet. Transformation. So right now you need to be focusing on your own transformation, your own emerging into your higher self, your own metamorphosis, my little butterfly, your own rebirth, your own regeneration. That's what you need to be focusing on right now. And we do have the Chariot, so you need to be focusing on strength of will, forward movement, determined willpower, success, control, travel, focus. I wouldn't be taking action towards this person. If they're going through a dark night of the soul and you took action towards them, it may delay their dark night of the soul, or it may interrupt it, is what I'm hearing. So I would just focus on your own forward movement, especially like if you've been thinking about taking a trip, take a trip. Don't wait for them. Take a trip by yourself. All right, so let's see what else you have to focus on. That's Scorpio energy and Cancer energy. Focus on your own metamorphosis and forward movement. All right. Actually, on the bottom, we have Divine Masculine. So focus on your own Divine Masculine energy. Focusing on, I'm seeing that the masculine twin in that twin flame deck that I have over there. I'm not going to grab it because I've memorized the card. But focus on knowing your worth instead of thinking that you're not good enough, declaring you are good enough, you're more than enough, releasing any fixer patterns you have, wanting to fix other people or other situations, focus that on yourself, and kind of like releasing control over this person right now. Focus on being that Divine Masculine yourself. Focus on embodying Divine Masculine energy. All right, so what do you need to focus on? I keep wanting to call you my little butterfly. And I don't mean that in an insulting way. Some people get insulted by some of the things I say. Anyway, so we have, we have Eight of Swords in reverse, release limiting beliefs. So this is what you need to focus on, releasing your limiting beliefs. Focus on your mental strength. It's up to you. It's not up to other people's opinions or the opinion on social media. Take back your power. Yes, take back your power. Conquer self-doubt. So if you still have self-doubt, not just about this connection, but in regards to yourself, what did I just say about that masculine energy or that emperor energy? Declaring that you are more than enough. So overcoming any self-doubt you have about yourself. And again, releasing limiting beliefs. We have the Three of Swords in reverse. So overcoming sorrow, letting go, healing, release, forgiveness, feeling hopeful and optimistic, and recovery. So this is what you need to focus on, like releasing resentment, releasing other people's opinions, releasing doubt, releasing self-limiting beliefs. Releasing, this even says feeling hopeful and optimistic. So trying to keep that positive mindset that we saw in that first deck. I can't tell you how much that matters. And that's what I wish I could get through to people, is that when you fear the worst and assume the worst, that's the picture you're painting. So feeling hopeful and optimistic, focusing on recovery. Maybe you're going through recovery for something right now, either physical or I was hearing addiction. And we have the Hermit. So focus on yourself right now. Focus on your own inner self. Focus on self-reflection. What does it say? Soul searching, enlightenment, guiding light. So perhaps even being a guiding light to others. Mission work. It's so important. It's so important. Contemplation, solitude, growth, resolve. So focus on that. Hermit energy, Virgo energy. 3 of Swords in reverse, 8 of Swords in reverse. Let's just get 2 more for you for this. I just wanted to get what you need to focus on to help you, help the situation. Now I'm seeing that Jerry Maguire, help me, help you. We have Queen of Cups on the bottom, which I'm going to take. Creative idealist, Queen of Cups energy. So focus on your own, Queen of Cups, focus on your own self-love, focus on your own healing, possibly helping to heal others, focus on your intuition, focus on being emotionally connected with yourself, not with social media, being in the flow, deep feelings, empathic, intuitive, psychic, loving. So whatever love, if you're craving union and wanting to love on this person, start loving yourself like that. You deserve that love that you so freely give to others. All right. 2 more. What does the viewer need to focus on? What does the viewer need to focus on? Page of Coins, laying a foundation. Could be a new project or a new career. Mission work. I sound like a broken record. People will ask me, or I'll see comments about, how do I know what my mission is? You need to explore hobbies. You need to explore things you're interested in. And whatever sets your soul on fire, that's your mission. Whatever makes you lose sense of time, that's your mission. Whatever fuels your fire, that's your mission. Once you, I didn't just pick up a tarot deck and I'm like, ooh, this is my mission. I tried a few different things. I tried, I started getting into palm reading, Reiki, astrology, tarot. Tarot is what spoke to me originally. But anyway, just a little bit of advice. But Page of Coins. So focus on your own foundation. Focus on laying a foundation for yourself. Like I said, possibly this could have to do with work, like a new job. So focus on setting goals, focus on grounding yourself. Study of magic. What was I just saying about? I was just talking about magical things. So study of magic, working hard, being ambitious. I actually want to look at my tarot thing at the Page of Coins, my tarot book. Page of Pentacles. So goal-oriented, planner, consistent, student. So maybe taking a course of study in something you're interested in. Grounded, loyal, faithful, dependable. And, if you don't have money to take a course, there's a lot of good content on YouTube for anything you want to learn about. You don't have to pay for a course for some of this stuff. There's a lot of content just available on YouTube with ads. But anyway. So new beginnings, new endeavors. You may be looking to make a career change, working on your mission, or begin an entrepreneurial pursuit. So the energy of this card speaks to the motivation needed to manifest goals. So focus on your dreams. Remember I said with the starfish, reconnecting to your dreams? Remain passionate and in touch with the original drive that propelled your project. Perfectionism or fear of failure can sometimes stop us in our own tracks. And that's the thing. If you're waiting until you're perfect to put yourself out there, I have something horrible to tell you. You're never going to be perfect because nobody is perfect. We're all perfectly imperfect. There we go. And I always say you can grow as you go. You don't have to wait until you're perfect. And we have the 10 of coins. So focus on your own foundation right now. Focus on your family, maybe your fur babies. There's 2 dogs on this. Focus on your pets. Focus on your own security, perhaps even buying a house. There's definitely something, the Pentacles is definitely speaking to possibly something work-related here. So legacy, roots, family, ancestry. So maybe like looking into your ancestry could be something that would be interesting to you. Focusing on your own roots, putting down roots. Financial abundance. No. I thought it was saying that it wasn't recording anymore, but it wasn't. Don't worry. Creating a lasting career, focusing on a stable future. Family ties, cultivating deep bonds. Spend time with your loved ones. So I think there's a lot of also emphasis put on romantic love, and there's so many other forms of love out there. There's the love that you feel for your animals, the love that you feel for your children, the love that you feel for your family, self-love, possibly the most important one. I just heard you are the love you've been looking for, so love on yourself, loving your friends. Anyway, that's what you need to focus on. So let's have a little look-see at your person. I'm just going to shuffle it again. So, the Tower, your person, chaos, Tower, divine intervention, chaos, it says chaos. Wake up call, that's what I'm hearing. All right. So that came out. We have Knight of Swords in reverse. Missed opportunities. And the King of Coins in reverse just fell out. So Knight of Swords in reverse, air energy. Knight of Coins in reverse, earth energy. Talks about missed opportunities. And remember I said this person was maybe too focused on the 3D, maybe too focused on their job or money. Seeing you as a missed opportunity. All right. So let's see your person's energy. Show me their person's energy. Show me their person's energy. All right. Why am I not surprised? They got the frickin' Knight of Wands. Why am I not surprised? Runner energy. Knight of Wands. Runner energy. Right there. So they're still in that runner energy, that inconsistent hot and cold behavior. But there's more here. We have King of Swords. Mind over matter. So right now they're being ruled by their mind, which could be like if you've been struggling with your mind taking over, mirroring, that's your person, mind over matter. So this person could be, it says detached, so they could be quite detached from you. Do it by the book, so they want to do things properly is what I'm hearing. I just heard they could be more worried about other people's opinions. Legal matters, so they could be going through legal matters. Regimented, rational, stern, precise, detached, logic. So your person is still like stuck in their logical mind is what I'm hearing. But again, that Knight of Wands, runner energy. Nah. We have High Priestess, subconscious mind. So High Priestess, you know, this person being guarded with you, being quiet with you. But bridge between worlds. So that reminds me of that combination of the dolphin and the buffalo. Like it's like this person is starting to ground, starting to see the light. They're kind of, you know, stuck in the in-between right now. Sacred wisdom, inner knowing, diving deep, illumination. So things are being illuminated to them, perhaps about their own runner energy and that King of Swords with that Knight of Wands. They could be having realizations about how they were inconsistent and they are this runner and they've been running from this missed opportunity that they feel for you. And they've been too focused on the physical world. When I said physical, I almost thought like maybe they were too focused on like the sexual chemistry between you or the sexual connection between you. But anyway, this is good. We have lunar eclipse, deep emotional cleanse, 3 months. So they could be going through this deep emotional cleanse for 3 months. Okay. So try not to worry about timing. About 3 months. Subconscious revealed, new emotional cycle, seeing clearly, divine aid. Yes. I want to see how they're feeling about you. How are they feeling about you? How are they feeling about you? That's interesting. So we have death in reverse, which came out for you, what you need to focus on. Mirroring. And we have the Eight of Swords in reverse, which came out for you, what you need to focus on. That's really interesting to me. So for how they feel about you, they're releasing limiting beliefs. So they could have had some limiting beliefs about this connection. I feel like they feel like you're someone who's done a lot of death in reverse internal change. You've done a lot of internal change. You've freed yourself from the trauma that's kept you stuck. And it feels like they feel like they need to do this if they're going to come towards you. We've also got the Two of Wands in the upright, charting a course, opportunity. So they're feeling like they missed an opportunity with you. They still feel like there's an opportunity here with you. Visualization. So this person is visualizing you, getting ready, future planning, considering options, decisions. So your person is making decisions right now about you. But again, there's this energy where they feel like they need to clear and purge, transform. They need to go through a rebirth. They need to metamorphose if they're going to be with you, because that's how they're feeling about you. You're someone who's changed. They could even feel like you've released them with that Eight of Swords in reverse. And Two of Wands talks about, fear of leaving comfort zone. So this person could have a fear of leaving the comfort zone of being a runner, right? Let's get a few more for how they feel about you. Oh, the King of Coins is in the upright. They feel like you have a strong sense of self-worth. You're financially stable. You're hardworking. You're dependable. You're successful. You're grounded. You're abundant. You're secure. You're stable. I just heard you're everything I want to be. So this person could be like have a fear of coming towards you, because if they see you like that and they don't feel like that about themselves, that could be causing some limiting beliefs there. 2 more for how they feel about you. How do they feel about you? How do they feel about you? Worth fighting for. Changing the outcome. So we have the Ten of Swords in reverse, changing the outcome. Regeneration of a relationship for how they feel about you. They want to change the outcome. Make a comeback, reconciliation, repair. They could feel like you're moving on without them. Look at these cards. Worth fighting for. This is how they're feeling about you. Look at the eagles. And remember I was talking about eagles? That same friend sent me a video about eagles and what they do right before they mate. How they have to free fall. They hold on to each other and they free fall and they have to trust each other. Anyway, that's interesting to me. Worth fighting for. Years and years ago, Years and years ago, when I first discovered I liked watching Planet Earth and I worked in like an office, I remember watching it, and I would go in the morning and I would like info dump over everyone in the morning meeting. Did you know this about this animal? Did you know this about this? Nobody cared. Anyway, changing, this is how they feel about you. Worth fighting for, wanting to change the outcome. And if you ask me, with that crocodile energy, with what I'm seeing in these cards, this person is serious about wanting to change the outcome. That's why they know they need to change before they come back towards you. 6 of Cups. Comforting connection, tenderness, sweet things in life, shared moments, innocence, soulmates. So they feel this soul connection too. Very, like feeling nostalgic about you. 6 of Cups, beautiful, comforting connection. And then we have the 5 of Cups. Grief, sadness, loss, mourning, resisting change. So I feel like they've been resisting change. All right, I want to see what's keeping them from reaching out, because that's what I kept hearing. What's keeping them from reaching out? 8 of Coins. 8 of Coins. Dedication of craft. So what's keeping them from reaching out? They could be self-employed, but it feels like they still feel like they need to work on themselves. They're busy working on themselves right now. 8 of Pentacles. For what's keeping them. They could be too focused on work right now, is what I'm hearing. But it feels like they're just very dedicated to themselves right now and their own growth. What's keeping them from reaching out? We have Knight of Cups. What's keeping them from reaching out? Knight of Cups. I almost want to take this in the reverse. So they could be worried that they're going to just end up hurting you, and I don't think they want to hurt you. They could still be struggling with some manipulative behaviors, which is what I was saying earlier. They could be, you know, we have the Fool in reverse, and it says holding back, lack of faith, not wanting to be impulsive. So it feels like what's holding this person back is they don't just want to take impulsive action towards you. They don't want to come in and disappoint you. They could also be worried about disappointing, like being disappointed if they come towards you and you reject them. I'm not saying you would. It also says obsessed. So this person could worry that this is just I'm sure you felt it at one point, like, am I just obsessed with this person? Am I just infatuated with them? No, it's a soul connection. But, you know, what keeps them from reaching out is they could feel like they haven't worked on themselves enough to lay a solid foundation with you or to commit to you yet, because they're still in that runner energy. Or they could be like still in that mindset. Am I just obsessing about this person? And then we have the King of Wands. So they're still trying to get things going. They still need to elevate into this King of Wands, because right now they're in the Knight of Wands energy. So what's keeping them from reaching out? They're not this King of Wands yet. They're still trying to get this King of Wands energy going. It says get it going. It also says entrepreneur. So your person could definitely be an entrepreneur. Interesting. I want to get a few more. Let's just get a few more. So what is preventing this person from reaching out? We've got the Tower. So they are going through, you know, they still have a revelation to go through here. They're going through an upheaval. There's chaos in their life. For some of you, they could be going through a divorce. It does say divorce on there, but that's not going to be for all of you, I'm hearing. We have timing. So the timing, bad timing, that's what's keeping them from reaching out. The timing isn't right yet. There's still cycles that need to complete. It says illuminated subconscious. So there's, you know, they still need to be illuminated. They still need to wake up a little. It does say 1 month. So we have 1 to 3 months here. They still need more emotional awareness. There's still cycles that they need to release. What's keeping them from reaching out? We have Ace of Coins in reverse, unstable situation. So they're still in an unstable situation. There's delays, caution. So that's what's keeping them from reaching out. Could also be lack of confidence in themselves, I'm hearing. I don't really want to ask their actions because this whole reading has been about what's keeping them stuck. But let's just look a little bit into the future at their energy. That card says 3 months. I'm going to go 3 months. I can already hear people, 3 months is too long. There's nothing short about the twin flame journey. Can I just stress that? Years. So let's look at 3 months, your person. 3 months. Ace of Cups, emotional awakening, offer of love, renewal. 3 of Coins, doing it together. That's good. Ace of Swords. Wheel of Fortune. So, decisive moment, 3 months, 1 to 3 months. Okay, we have the Wheel of Fortune, decisive moment, chance, life cycles, karma, destiny, good luck, expansion, it's time. Change, fate, this person making adjustments. This is their energy, 1 to 3 months. We have Ace of Cups, emotional awakening. This is it, joy, overflowing love. So this person having a heart awakening, I'm hearing. This could also be an offer of love, especially with the Ace of Swords. And I have to say it, but for some of you, you could be dealing with someone who is, this won't be for all of you, this will just be for some of you. But I recently found out that the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Swords, when they come out together, can talk about asexuality, so I just want to mention it. We have awareness and insight, Ace of Swords, epiphany, clarity, force, decisive, communicate, ideas, compel, focus, truth, vision. It's 111. Anyway, awareness and insight. So an emotional awakening, awareness and insight, decisive moment, light bulb. It also says communication. And then we have 3 of Coins, doing it together. So to me, this looks like the potential of the 2 of you, communicating, doing it together, continuing on your healing journeys together. All right, I'm just going to get a few channeled messages. A few channeled messages for you from this person. I'm just going to shuffle it once. Ugh, it's a big deck. So what does this person want to say to you? What does this person want to say to you? We have small offering. Remember, you don't want the small offer. Short and temporary. So remember how I said, what is keeping them from reaching out? It could be that they can't offer you anything more. In between feeling awakened and unawakened, but refusing to let go completely, stuck in a situation they cannot get out of and can only give you something small. So that could be why they're not reaching out as well. I know you want more from me, but this is what I can give you at the moment. I'm unsure of what I can give you and when I can give it to you. I do want to offer you something more valuable than before. And that's kind of the theme here, is that this person knows they want to offer you something more valuable, which is why they're not rushing to reach out prematurely. We have surrender, self-love. That's good. Surrender, not resisting, but going with the flow. That's what you're doing. May feel mentally and physically relaxed, letting go of judgment, being mindful of the present. I am ready to surrender myself. I will no longer run away, and I will no longer deny this connection. I am trusting in the universe and our love for one another. So they're surrendering that runner energy. They're waving their little white flag. We have self-love, learning to forgive oneself and others. Healing inner child and shadow work. That's the third time I've seen healing the inner child. Recognizing the triggers that have affected them from moving forward. That's good. I've been working on my self-worth and I am recognizing the issues that have been holding me back. I'm trying to heal myself by loving myself first. Then we have naughty thoughts. I can't help but want you physically, sexually, and mentally. You're all I think about when I am lost and alone in my thoughts. The thought of you drives me insane. Look at them licking their phone. Get a hold of yourself. No, I'm just kidding. Feels like they could be watching you online. We have victim mentality. So that could be why you're being asked to focus on releasing your own limiting beliefs. I'm feeling hopeless and helpless. There's nothing I can do. Life just is what it is, and we have to accept our circumstances. Feels stuck and has a negative attitude, so that's another reason why they're not reaching out. Thinks life is against them, believes they have no control over things, and blames others. So this could be someone who blamed others rather than taking accountability. We have desensitize. So this person could be needing to release addictions. They could be using, drugs or alcohol, other things to not feel things. The pain of our separation is tearing me apart. I don't know how to handle my feelings and emotions. Instead of working through the pain, I use and take whatever helps me feel numb, running away from their emotions. I'm just going to get a few more because I'm supposed to go to a doctor's appointment. There we go. We have Capricorn. I was too focused on my career. I took you for granted and expected you to wait for me. Unfortunately, you knew you'd be waiting forever. I'm so sorry I never put you first. There's definitely something about career. We have visionary. They do have 2 of Wands for how they feel about you. I finally see and understand everything. I'm feeling hopeful for the future. I'm envisioning you back in my life while continuously working on myself. That's good. Whoops, that's good. So those more negative cards about victim mentality, desensitizing, it feels like they're surrendering to those. All right, we have ego-driven. My pride and ego held me back and stopped me from being my true authentic self. I was afraid you'd reject me. I fear I'm not good enough for you. My self-confidence is a facade. So clearly this person, remember how they feel about you, the King of Wands. They see you as King of Pentacles. So clearly they look up to you. Fearing rejection could be causing them to not want to reach out. We have Virgo energy. I had my life all planned out, focusing on my 5-year plan. Then I met you and everything changed. I didn't know how to rearrange my life. I should have learned how to compromise. Virgo energy. We have outer turmoil. Chaos. I feel my life is falling apart and I don't know what to do. Whatever, dark night of the soul, whatever can go wrong has gone wrong. But the one thing that felt right was you. And again, they don't want to invite you into this chaos and this turmoil. And then we have infatuation. So remember I said your person could feel like they were just obsessed with you. I didn't know if this was love or I was in love with the idea of being in love. Our connection was consuming and I couldn't wrap my head around it. 2 more. 2 more. Difficult differences. Tower moments. Confirmation. I feel my life is falling apart and being pulled apart. No matter what I try and build, things keep crumbling all around me. I wish you were here to help. You were the only solid thing in my life. But remember, if you take action towards them right now, those tower moments are going to be delayed. Let those towers fall. Let it explode is what I'm hearing. We have sentimentality, having a hard time letting go, examining photos, thinking about the past, 6 of Cups, strong emotional feelings while thinking about memories. The memories of us bring me joy but agony at the same time. I think about you continuously and you are never far from my thoughts. And then we have difficult differences. So you could have like a difference in religious backgrounds. You could have a difference in age, culture, distance. This card also talks about one of you being awakened and the other one being unawakened. And that's like, that can be a huge blockage in some of these connections for a while because the feminine awakens quite quickly and then the masculine takes a long time to awaken. So difficult differences, differences of opinions and ideas in love, differences in status, money, power, culture, one awakened while the other is unawakened. Our differences drove us apart and it angered me that you didn't understand where I was coming from. It still pains me that we can't come to an agreement even if we love each other. So, my friends, I do have to go now. But I'm glad I came on and did this reading. I'm sending you guys lots of love and light, and I will talk to you soon. Bye!